So I have a question for you.
Yes.
A coworker asked me this question earlier this week, and I couldn't really answer it. So I'm wondering how you're going to go about it. Without Googling it or just looking anything up, what is the plot of Star Wars: The Phantom Menace?
The Phantom Menace?
Yeah.
Damn. Oh, you got me sick there all of a sudden. The plot of The Phantom Menace is to fan the Tom of the mean ass. I don't know, man.
Dude. Yeah, I don't.
Well, okay.
So
the plot of The Phantom Menace is pretty simple. They send a couple Jedi ambassadors to work out a trade disagreement, right? Eventually they get ambushed, and so now that side of that trade argument is attacking Naboo, which is the other side of the trade argument. Eventually that unlawful invasion needs to be stopped by the Jedi. And then they go over to Tatooine? Why did they go over there again? Oh, because they were trying to head over to the main town, Coruscant. They were trying to head to Coruscant, but their flux capacitor got fucked up, so they went to Tatooine. And then once they got to Tatooine, it's like, oh shit, I can only buy my flux capacitor if this kid wins a race, because those Jabba, whatever the fuck they are, they don't believe in mind magic. So we did the race, and then once the race was over, they went back to their ship to go to Coruscant, but they got stopped by Darth Maul on the way. Thankfully, they got away. So they went to Coruscant, they traded, they negotiated, and Coruscant wanted to debate about it forever. And so instead of Coruscant debating about it forever and Padme letting her people die, Padme assembles a few people, including some of the Jedis that were at the beginning, and they all go back to... What's the name again? Naboo. They go back to Naboo. They save everybody, and the Phantom Menace tries to stop the Jedis, and he fails. So yeah, the Phantom Menace was supposed to have the bad side of the trade offer. I don't know who they're fucking named, but you know, the slug-looking people.
Was that all off the dome?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's actually kind of crazy. I would never have gotten that.
Yeah, I've seen the movie a lot when I was a kid. You know what I mean? But that's the thing, is I can't explain it concisely at all.
Yeah, it's not simple. It's not
convoluted,
a simple plot.
Yeah.
And also, I like how there was no mention of Jar Jar Binks in that description, and yet you still got pretty much the whole movie.
Yeah, because Jar Jar Binks has nothing to do with the entire film. So,
he's just kind of there.
He's just there. Like, remember the whole fight between his people and the robots? What happened? What was the goal?
Oh, yeah. What was the point of that?
No, they were supposed to do it because they were supposed to fend off the droid army. If the droid army was there and, like, went to the main headquarters where the Jedi and Padme were, then they would have collided and the droids would have won easily. But that's what that army was supposed to do, was supposed to block them off. Like, hey, no, distraction, you know what I mean? That's it.
Yeah.
So they
I'm not going to lie, I'm actually impressed. I asked, like, 2 other people this question and they couldn't get it.
Yeah, no, I've seen that movie a lot. Unlike the second one, I've seen the first one a lot. Yeah, actually, no, I remember seeing the first and second one so often because I didn't own the third one on DVD. So there you go.
Oh, it'd be like that. Mm-hmm. It'd be like that as a kid. We're really struggling. It's like we have the first movie and we want to watch the sequel, but we can't. So
we didn't have fucking Disney Plus where it's like $5 for the entire collection. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah. Jesus Christ.
And then, you remember Watto? The character?
The flying one, right?
Yeah.
Only money. It's a stereotype.
When I was describing the movie, I referred to him as the Jewish mosquito, and they had no clue who I was talking about. Like, he's the Jewish mosquito. You never seen him?
But that's who he is. That's literally who he is. Yeah, I mean, we're not going to talk about how Padme was going after a 14-year-old boy, but it's okay. You know, it's all right. Not even 14. He was like 9. Whatever.
Yeah. Wasn't she like 14?
I don't know. Yeah, whatever it was.
Something like that.
It was
she was a teenager.
It was sussy, dog. That's all I'm going to say. It was sussy. It's okay.
Yeah. I don't know why I was asked that question, but I really had to sit there and think about it. Like, what is the plot of the Phantom Menace?
Well, my verbal diarrhea I spewed was me thinking it out loud, basically.
Yeah.
So basically,
but you got through it though.
if I were to give it a quick 1, 2, 3 sentence kind of thing, it's that there's a disagreement between trade federations, and one of the trade federations decides to go to war, but the other one doesn't want to reciprocate that. They don't want a war. So they go over to Coruscant, the head council, to try to negotiate, but the head council's taking way fucking too long because of Emperor Palpatine, who is actually Darth Sidious, fucking with the negotiations. And if that wouldn't work, then the Phantom Menace, the Darth Maul, is supposed to physically safeguard that. This little war that he's starting is meant to be the beginning of the takeover of the Sith. So yeah, that's the plot.
Makes sense. It's a lot. It's a mouthful, but...
Yeah, it's a lot. But it's a lot quicker than before. Yeah. Jesus. Yeah, I mean, I was just thinking about that, like, scene for scene, because I've seen it so often. Yeah, I've seen it so much. It's just a core memory. There's always a bigger fish, that kind of shit.
The question caught you off guard at first, though.
Yeah! No, I did! No, I was trying to make a joke. I knew. I was trying to make a joke. The Fontoon mean ass. Yeah, that one. Whatever.
You're just like, all right, Naboo, I know that, Jedi.
Yeah.
And then you just started breaking it down.
All the memories started coming back, rushing, bro. Jesus Christ.
When's the last time you seen that movie?
Oh, years. At least, probably, damn. Since I've seen the movie fully. Half a decade, at least, maybe more. No, like 7 years. You and me have to watch the entire collection, like, even 9.
Yeah, I'm done.
You and me gotta watch 11 Star Wars films. I think that's how many there are, right?
Yeah, because 2 spin-offs
right.
and 9 main movies, yeah.
So that's 11 Star Wars films. Fucking hell.
Yes, it is.
If y'all want that watch along, leave a like. Yeah, it's all good.
Facts.
That's it. Jesus Christ. I've made one
I'm
film.
going to be angry watching episodes 1 and 2.
Yeah, me too, to be honest.
I'm not going to be happy.
I'm going to have nostalgia for them, though. That's the thing. There's so many memes for those 2 movies, and you're going to have the childhood fucking nostalgia. I'll like it. Mm-hmm. I'll like it. I'll enjoy it. But judging those films on its own merits without childhood bias, garbage. Yeah. Garbage. I'm being honest. Jesus Christ. What was the plot of Phantom Menace again?
I still don't know.
How about Star Wars 2?
You just explained it.
How about Star Wars 2? That's a hard one.
Attack of the Clones.
That's a hard one. I think I could get it, but go ahead.
It's about Chancellor Palpatine wants to kill Padme because she's gonna block, I guess, some kind of bill or whatever that he wants to pass.
Right. She has a repeated history of getting in the way of things. Yes.
Yeah. So she's getting in the way of something that he wants to do. And then I only remember this part from Cosmonaut Variety Hours video. So he sends Count Dooku to do it, but Count Dooku doesn't want to do it. Yeah. So he hires Jango Fett, but Jango Fett doesn't want to do it himself. Yeah. So he hires his shapeshifter friend to go kill Padme. But the shapeshifter friend sends this robot, which sends bugs to go kill Padme.
Yeah. Who doesn't want to do it? Yeah, right. Yeah. Fuck it up.
And then the plan is foiled by Obi-Wan and Anakin. And then instead of just going to kill Padme, Jango Fett kills the shapeshifter when she gets caught by Obi-Wan and Anakin.
Right.
And then Anakin is sent by the Chancellor to go protect Padme. I guess be her guard, right? And then meanwhile, Obi-Wan is investigating...
Pause.
Whatever.
So Anakin is assigned to Padme's guard. Unfortunately, Padme doesn't want to stay in Coruscant. She wants to head over back to Naboo because there's some important stuff she has to do. But Anakin's like, well, there's no rule that I can't come with you, so he comes with her. I'm gonna say, and yes, Obi-Wan Kenobi is sent to find who's trying to kill Padme. So he follows the trail. He follows the dart. Continue.
He goes to Camino. Finds the clone factory. Meets Jango Fett, and then they have like a little fight. And then
that was a crazy level in Lego Star Wars. Remember that? That was fire.
And then I remember the whole Padme and Anakin, their cringy ass
sand
dialogue,
it's coarse and grain.
Yeah, and then I don't remember a lot of what happens after, but they go to Tatooine. Anakin and Padme, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when I guess we meet Anakin's. It's his aunt and uncle,
Yes.
and then
Well, I mean, I think it's meant to be like their like cousins, I guess, like in-laws. Yeah. So it's
something
in-laws,
like
yeah, because Shmi married someone else and they had a family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then his mom is like killed by the Sand People, and he kills them. And I killed all of them, not just the men, but the women and
But
children.
the women too. I
And
slaughtered them.
then
They were like animals, and I slaughtered them like animals. I hate them.
and then more fast forward, they're in some kind of coliseum. Padme was captured. Anakin goes to save her, and him and Obi-Wan are captured. And then there's just a whole lot of shit that goes down with Count Dooku.
Pause. No. So Obi-Wan was following the dart, and he followed Jango Fett until eventually he went to that stadium where he got captured, and then he had a conversation with that one guy. What's his name? Count Dooku.
Yeah, Count Dooku.
And then once he had that conversation, Anakin picked up the transmission that I think that Obi-Wan had sent to the Jedi Council, basically saying, I need help. Oh, shit. And so Anakin's like, damn, we gotta save him. But we can't jeopardize the mission. Fuck it. And then they both go, and then they go and help him, and then they try to help him out. They have like by the way, another badass level in Lego Star Wars. They go across like the assembly factory, C-3PO loses his head, like a whole fucking shenanigan thing. Mm-hmm. And then finally they both get
going
captured.
To a different body.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Right.
And then they have they're all trapped in the Coliseum, and then Count Dooku, I guess, unleashes some Pokemon onto them.
Mm-hmm. Padme rocks a crop top.
Escape. Yeah, she rocks a crop top.
The Jedi Council saves them, and the clones attack. Yep.
Yeah, Attack of the Clones. That's the name. Count Dooku escapes. They all follow him, and then they Obi-Wan and Anakin get their ass kicked. Get their asses beat by Count Dooku. Yoda comes in, kicks Count Dooku's ass. And that's all I remember. Anakin gets his arm cut off.
So basically nothing except the commencement of the clones and the introduction of a few characters. That's about it.
Yep. Could have been an episode of the Clone Wars.
This could have been an email, you know.
This could have been this could have been an email.
This could have been an email.
I remember Cosmonaut Variety Hour said something that I actually really agree with. Revenge of the Sith should have been the whole trilogy.
Shit.
Break that movie into 3 movies. Solid prequel trilogy.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I mean, break it down with Anakin,
you don't really
need
Phantom Menace.
You don't need Phantom Menace. There's a lot of things.
Attack of the Clones, not much happens in it.
Mm-hmm. Right, which is very true. I understand that they're trying to show off like the Anakin younger years and like his development, but you don't need much of child him. You really don't. You know what I mean? Because it's not complicated. There's nothing interesting there. You know what I mean? Except the relationship with his mother, but that's it. You know. And so you can show,
exactly,
like that like storyline of him growing up to like, oh, and his mother gets killed, that kind of thing. That can all be achieved within an hour, you know. So I don't know. It's just hard to see it stretched across 3 films, you know. Until finally it goes up to head honcho mode, where like in 3, me personally, that Anakin, I like him a lot. I mean, I understand that the lines can be crazy.
Yeah, I like Anakin in that one a lot.
But that Anakin is such a fucking badass in that movie. I mean, he's just badass. He uses all his fucking moves. He's got crazy cool force powers. He harnesses the dark, whatever the fuck, the dark side really well.
The dark side?
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
And Revenge of the Sith is the best one of the prequels because shit actually happens in that movie.
Who would have thought? Fuck.
It's like, but I mean, it's true. And then his development is, all of his character arc just feels like it's in that last movie, in Revenge of the Sith. Yeah. Because again, not much happens in 1 and 2. So if I do a Star Wars rewatch, I start with 3, and then I go from there.
That's but nah, not with me. You gotta watch them all, beginning to end.
Lame.
I agree. We gotta do it. We gotta do it.
I guess. All right, let's move on.